Welcome to our first Testimonials of the Imperfectly Perfect. My name is Jamie Meyer, and I'm so glad to have you all here today. So what I want you to do is, the first thing is we're going to do an exercise. And what this exercise is called is, I see the perfection in you. And so what you're going to do is turn to at least two neighbors, and I want you to say, the perfection I see in you is, and you'll say blank, right? So whatever that is that you see. So, for example, I don't know, let's see, I guess Bradford, because you're coming up here. So the perfection I see in you is a lion's heart. So it can be something as simple as that. So we'll go ahead and take a minute just to do that.
Oh. The perfection I see in you.
Melvin, the perfection I see in you is compassion. He's holding the Instagram live right now. All right, so I also want to say a hello to our Facebook Live family and our Instagram Live family. And yes, everyone, woo! We're glad to have you all here with us as well. So during the break, if we have any visitors here, then we have right up here the welcome envelope. So if you would leave your name and your number, because we would love to stay in contact with you. We're not going to harass you, I promise. So the reason why this is called Imperfectly Perfect is pretty much our concept that I guess a lot of society believes is that there's a certain view of being perfect, and that's not reality, right? Everyone is perfect in their own way, and this is just a prime example of all the struggles and everything that we go through in our lives that bring us to where we are right now, that make us perfect as we are, no matter what time it is. And so I'm going to kind of give you a rundown. So what we're going to do is it's going to be in two parts, and they're going to be about 15-minute intervals. And so Bradford, he'll come up and share the first part, and then we'll have a break and some music and fellowship, time to run to the restroom for anyone that needs to do that. And then we'll have the second part. So right now I want to introduce you to Bradford Murphy. He's my boyfriend, first and foremost, but he was raised in the Catholic Church, and after a series of challenges that he had in his life, he completely lost his faith. And so now he's here to share those challenges in life with you and his journey and his path back to faith. So if we could, go ahead and give a warm welcome to Bradford.
Sorry, she says I talk too long. I gotta sit a timer. 15 hours? No, not 15 hours. Got it. Okay. Hi.
Hi,
Bradford. I'm 33. And, Bradford. And I'm 33.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. And born only child and raised an only child. So mom and dad brought me up Catholic in a Catholic school, St. John's, matter of fact. And that's where I met her. But okay. Gotcha.
You just have to be on
So mom and dad raised me Catholic, and I was in the Catholic school for 7 years, from kindergarten all the way to 6th grade. And 7th grade was my first year of public school. And from the time that I was being raised in Catholic school from kindergarten to 6th grade. I realized they believe a lot of things that I don't, which is the reason I'm not Catholic anymore. Nothing against Catholicism. I mean, my parents died Catholic, but that's, they just teach their own. I'm not that. But going through, like, transitioning into public school from 7th grade to high school, it's just opened my eyes a bunch to, like, the world. And, like, I know it's, like, real stupid, like, when you're just a kid, you don't know what the world is. But, like, I didn't know what drugs were until I went to public school. And experimented a lot with everything. And my mom, my dad, he got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis when I was in the 5th grade. And, like, it started out with just him using a cane and then a walker to a wheelchair and then just permanently in the bed. And Mom, she got diagnosed when I was I was 15 when she got diagnosed. So that's when, like, the drug intake was real heavy starting then. And that's the first time I tried killing myself, was when I was 15. Tried hanging myself in the bathroom, but thank God the shower rod broke. But I just, like, the whole reason of that was because, like, I was a mama's boy, still am a mama's boy, but I just couldn't live without them. But looking back is stupid on my part, because, like, if I couldn't live without them, how could they live without me? Being their only kid, you know? But, yeah. So then, graduated high school, and music has always been my passion, my life. Like, started when I was 8, picked up a guitar, bought it from Goodwill. Even haggled about the price. Mama got it for $5. I still own it. Yep. But yeah, like, music has always been my passion. So after high school, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go out there on the road and be in a band and yada yada yada, blah blah blah. So that was my main objective. And years and years went by, and finally made it. Yay! I'm in a band, and we're out there on the road, like, making it big. But like, everything's thrown at you when you're on the road in that environment, and, like, the people you hang around with at scenes and venues and stuff are, like, what you bring in. It's like bottom of the bottom. Oh, I'm gonna bring that into my soul. Yeah, it's not good. Everything's thrown at you, just like, hey, after this, we're gonna go slam this and do this. I mean, a whole bunch of everything. All right, yeah, I'm in. Stupid. But yeah, I mean, I'm so glad that part was a part of my history and past, but thank God it's staying there, you know? But yeah, like, so during this whole time, like, after Catholicism and, like, high school and stuff, and being in, like, the band, like, during this whole time, I was like, you know, after I'm not doing what my parents say anymore. I'm not going to Catholic Mass and stuff like that. I'm just going to find God my own way. Welcome to being an agnostic. There's possibly something out there, but I don't know. So, I don't know. That's what I was, agnostic for a long time. And it was what it was. And yeah, I mean, you have to have something to believe in. And then I believed in myself and my music. But it just wasn't fulfilling enough. It really wasn't. And, oh goodness. Like, with the whole drugs and alcohol thing, like, I don't know. Like, so like I said, 15, like that's when it started, like the real heavy drugs. And we moved from Noonan, Georgia to Gentry, Arkansas. Yeah. You've heard of that then, okay. When the plane lands, they literally have to move the hay bales and the cows out of the way. Planes to land. There's nothing there. But we moved out there to Gentry because my mom had family over there, living there. And she wanted to be with them before she died. So we moved out there, and she didn't even make it a year. July 20th of 2004 was the day Mama died. And I saw her die, like right there in the master bedroom. And it was just kind of like a release. Like she just took a deep breath and like went out. Like just a big sigh, like, and that was it. And that was like real eye-opening for me. Like, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. So, yeah. So then my mentality was like, we're not guaranteed tomorrow, might as well live it up today. So when Mama died, I quote unquote inherited her pain pills. And yeah, I was doing 12 Percocets a day and Oxycontin 80s and a whole bunch of nonsense. This is, yeah, my liver's screwed. But yeah, I mean, so saw her die, kept on with the music, and like was going around town and playing all these different shows and stuff, and I hardly ever saw Dad. And he remarried to this woman, and I didn't care much for her, but she made Dad happy for the meantime. So I kind of kept my distance away from Dad just because of that whole nonsense. But looking back on it now, I can see why, because like I was never around for him to have a relationship with me. So yeah, he can find his happiness through a marriage. But like, yeah, I mean, me touring around and stuff, and Dad having MS, not even be able to get out of the bed. Like, I was being happy for myself, selfish, very much so. And at the time, I was okay with it. Whatever. Up until 2013, March 3rd, 2013, me and Dad went to the hospital because he had a real bad case of pneumonia and his MS couldn't fight it off. So we went to the hospital and he had his own room and stuff, and we were over there just chit-chatting. It was just me and him in the room. We were just chilling, talking, bringing up old stories, like just reminiscing and like laughing. It was awesome. And honestly, like that's the closest me and Dad have been in years. And yeah, later that day, March 3rd of 2013, he died. And same thing, took the deep breath, out. And that's when, like, I pushed away the drugs and all that. Like, don't need the pills, don't need the pills, don't need the heroin, don't need this, that, the other, don't need any of that. I'll do the legal thing and buy alcohol. So I became a major alcoholic, and I was living by myself, and I would wake up, go to the freezer, and if there was a bottle in the freezer, I'd drink it. I was playing drums at my friend's church, even though I didn't believe in anything, playing drums just because I loved the music. So I was playing drums, but before going to the church, I'd have to get a good buzz going on. So I would get pretty lit up and go play drums at this church. And yeah, so that didn't really go over well. So like, I don't know if they saw it or smelt it or what, but they knew something wasn't right. They knew I wasn't being myself. So yeah, I'm gonna stop there and grab some water or something to eat, because she says my time's running out.
All right, so what we're going to do right now, thanks for sharing your first half of your story, is we're going to take a bathroom break and get some food, and also listen to some great music and just kind of interact with one another and mingle and have some fellowship. Give it up for our jazz trio. And for those of you who don't know, our jazz trio is present every Sunday at 10 o'clock at our Jeans and Jazz service. Come as you are. Yeah, that should be your first song.
Yes. We're gonna play some quick more rusty stuff.
I do know how to play Freebird. Yes.
Oh, I know you can.
we're back. The saddle again. So, okay. So we left off with me seeing Dad go in the.
Ray, you got the Ray.
Yes.
She can't hear you, so.
Hello.
There you go.
I mean, okay.
Eat the microphone.
Right.
Just eat it.
So we left off. With me and Dad spending time in the hospital, like just talking about past and reminiscing, and then me seeing him go. So me being an only child, losing both mom and dad, and I was a mama's boy, big mama's boy, still am, mama's boy. Yeah, like I just kind of gave up on everything. Lost a whole bunch of relationships with like my children's mother, with my children, just lost a whole bunch of relationships. And like I was living for myself, and I was filling holes with substances. Like after all these losses, like I had all these holes in me. And I was like, well, screw it, you know? And I was just trying to remedy the situation for the meantime. And so yeah, like, I remember on September 20th of 2013, I was FaceTiming with my daughter, telling her happy birthday, obviously because that's her birthday. But that was the 20th, and then the 21st, I don't remember anything from the 21st, because after FaceTiming with my daughter, I went to the freezer, pulled out big old handle, just started pouring, because like I wasn't with my daughter on her birthday, and they were out gallivanting, like on vacation and stuff, you know? So, yeah, I was like, I lost my family, and then I lost my kids along with it, you know? So that's all I knew was family, and I lost it. I'm sitting at my house by myself, living alone, drinking. So the 21st, I don't remember anything of that, but apparently I got in a major car accident. Some friends at work said that we were all over at Buffalo Wild Wings, still out there in Arkansas, mind you. Said I racked up over $200 in just beverages and walked out on the tab. Don't recommend doing that. So yeah, I remember FaceTiming with Devin, telling her happy birthday, and the next thing I know, I'm waking up in Lindsay's bed. Lindsay is Devin's mom. And I'm like, it must have been one hell of a night. I mean, I don't know what happened, you know? So she has to inform me that I was in a car accident on the 21st. I was DOA when the state troopers pulled up, dead on arrival, and they had to trach me, like breathe for me, life flight me to this hospital. Mind you, I'm scared to death of helicopters, but I was incoherent when this whole thing, so it was good. I was in a coma for like a month and a half. Don't remember anything of the hospital, nothing. But I'm waking up in Lindsay's bed. She has to tell me all this. And it was just a shock. Like, a big shock. I broke my neck, my skull, like my orbitals. My femur went through my pelvis. I got an artificial hip on my left side. And I'm 33. And like, yeah, you can, like when you're young, the old people say, I can feel the rain coming in. Yeah, right. You damn sure can feel that weather coming in. Yeah, you can feel it. Yeah. But no, like, and the stupid part about this whole thing is like, the accident happened because I was drinking and driving. Thank God I was the only one involved. This is according to state troopers telling me this. Thank God I was the only one involved. And I was like, well, what are the repercussions of this accident? Like, am I going to jail? Like, what's happening? They're like, well, do you still have your license? Do you have any warrants out? I was like, yeah, I still have my license, and I hope I don't have any warrants out. They said, well, we didn't think you were going to make it, and how's those hospital bills looking? I was like, well, $300,000 in debt, and yeah, and I'm walking with a limp, with a walker. And they said, don't you think that's a little punishment enough? I'm like, yeah. 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 And after all that, I still didn't believe in God. No. Not even after that. It was February 3rd of 2014 was the day that I woke up and I was staying with some friends, not in Lindsay's house because that was just weird. Exes for a reason. But I was over there at my friend Sean's house, and him and his wife are like devout Christians, and like pounding it in, and like Jesus saves and garbage. But like I woke up and like one thing they said like really popped in my head, like, God gave his only son for us to die for us. And me being an only child, I'm like, huh. And then me having kids, I have one son and two daughters. My son's the oldest. There's no way in hell I would ever give him his life to some strangers to die? No. No. I'm not going to have my son die for some stranger I don't even know. But God loves us that much that he would do that. It's impacting. So then I'm talking to Sean, and I'm like, so what's this about being saved? He's like, well, all it is a prayer. All you have to do is just ask Jesus into your heart and like confess that, hey, you came here and you died for me, and I thank you. That's it. I was like, I could do that. So I did, and I meant it. And yeah, February 3rd, 2014, I became saved. And so after that, I said, oh, you know what? I'm going to walk straight and narrow. I'm going to live perfect, do everything I can just to be right with God and flawless. So at the time I was working for Delta out there in Arkansas about the cows and hay. So I get transferred over to Atlanta. I'm like, yay, home at last. So I moved back to Atlanta the end of March of 14. And I found myself like kind of doing the same thing that led me down that path. Like, I was living with my best friend. Him and his girlfriend throw parties, drink. Hell yeah, I'm gonna go right in there and do it. Stupid. So I'm still drinking, and I'm like, this really isn't right. Like, the older I get, the more these hangovers suck. Like the headaches, and it's not worth it. So I decided to check out this AA program. And I was like, guys, I just can't have fun without alcohol. Like, it's kind of boring. Like, if I want to go somewhere and have fun, like, I need to be drinking. But like, no, you really don't. Like, we do this all the time. I'm like, you do what all the time? Like, we go to concerts, we go to parties, we go here and there and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, let's try it, So, like, I got a sponsor, and, like, we're doing things out and about together. I'm like, this is really cool. Like, I can have fun without alcohol. And, like, God made that all possible. Like, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird because, like, the paths that we all walk are all different, but it all leads back to the same path. It's really weird. Like, I strayed from the path for a long time and thought that the way I was going was better. It's just a shortcut. No, I always found myself lost. Where the hell am I? And, there's a bunch of people. I'm going to walk over here. And right back on the path. And it was cool. Like, yeah. So since being sober and a Christian, my life has totally changed. And I'm still playing music, but this time it's for a purpose. And that purpose isn't for myself. It's for God. And He gave me that gift. And we're supposed to be vessels. He's supposed to use us to reach other people. Like me standing up here today, I'm His vessel. Like, these are my words, but Him through me. I don't know. Like, I got 2 minutes. I'm winding down. But honestly, like, to wrap this up, like, as briefly as I can, like, me living for myself and me choosing my own filling of those holes wasn't my best intention. So I was self-destructing myself. And since being sober, thanks to God, and since accepting God, my life is so much better. Like, I'm happier. I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about bills being paid. I don't have to worry about, honestly, anything. I have no worries. Who can say that? Not a lot of people. But yeah, I just want to say that I'm very happy that everything from my past has happened the exact way that it has, because it's made me who I am today. And not to be like egotistical or big-headed, but I'm pretty damn proud of who I am. Thank you for listening.
having microphone issues. All right. So I want to say thank you to Bradford for sharing his story. I also want to thank the Jazz Trio for being here with us tonight. We always appreciate them. I want to give a big thank you to Scott, wherever he is. I'm not sure. Scott Fincher. He prepared all the yummy food that you all had for this evening. And thanks to Russ Lennox for coming and helping us set up. And I want to thank you all for coming. And most importantly, I think that it's important to thank yourselves because you all have very busy schedules, and taking the time to be called here tonight and whatever you learn from this evening, just taking it out and sharing it with the world, you know? But also always just remembering to honor and love yourself no matter what you're going through. And that's really essential for everyone because so often we get so down on ourselves and, you know, fill it with, you know, drugs, alcohol, food, whatever it might be. And really, that's not what fills us up. You know, it's faith or God, whatever you would like to name it. So, let's see. So the next testimonial of the Imperfectly Perfect is going to be on June 26th. That's a Tuesday. I think it's the last Tuesday in June. If you could spread the word and bring whoever you think could benefit from any testimonial that's shared that evening. We'll have music and food once again. And whoever would like to share their own testimony, if you've been moved tonight to come and share your story with everyone and you feel like that could benefit the world, I know it might take some bravery on your part. But see me at the end. I'm not going to make you do it right now. But see me at the end and I can put you on a list because we're going to be doing this once a month. So I think that's it. So Bradford and I actually have a song we would like to share with you. So, and the Jazz Trio learned this. Thank you very much. I want to run!
She doesn't know that one.
I told you, I play music. If I leave here tomorrow. No, that's not it. It's not it?
No, that's not it.
Well, they should be.
Oh, Sonny and Cheryl.
So I got a joke about Nebraska. I heard, someone told me this the other day. They were like, hey, I know this joke about Nebraska. Nah, you won't get it. It's too corny. Thank you.
All right, thanks for coming out, y'all. Yeah.
Yeah.